Me again. So yeah, if you watch my videos all the time, you know that I always make a whole bunch at once and then I'll post a whole bunch at once. I think YouTube lets you know exactly how often someone posts videos, and I haven't done any in a while because I was so far ahead and I had so many things to do. So since I've graduated, things have been a little disrupted. Only because one, I'm not used to not having homework. I've been in school for so long. It was just strange to not have anything due. And two, knowing what the next step is. It's really hard to trust that plan with God. And that's what I want to talk to you about in this video is trusting the moment and believing in God and his plan for you. Or trusting the moments in your life that even if you're not a Christian, trusting the moments in your life that are positive for you. Sometimes I think it's hard for people to, especially when things are so disrupted as they are right now, and being able to trust that this is a good thing and being able to walk into that moment and be okay with that. A lot of people are stepping back and they're fearful. And I just actually got a message today about someone that was feeling abandoned and that they felt like they couldn't trust anybody anymore and they just wanted to walk away. And sometimes when we lose things in our life, it's for a good thing. It's not necessarily for a bad thing. So, but being able to trust that is a little harder. We grieve moments, and when we have to grieve a lot of moments at once, like our jobs and being able to get out into public and the economy and the world and being able to trust our own opinions online and not be yelled at, being able to trust our voice and ourselves in the world today is really hard because the world's pretty unstable at the moment. But unstable is not necessarily bad. And that's another thing that we should be looking at is that if you have a broken pot in your yard, if you could melt all that down and reform it, you would, correct? I mean, to be able to use those parts, a lot of people don't necessarily throw them away. They break them up and use them for something else. They repurpose it. But there's always something you can do with something that's broken. When our lives are broken, sometimes that's good because it means that we're being repurposed or reshaped. And the world today being so broken, it's a positive thing in the way that it means we can restart, we can regenerate, we can remake things in our life that were bad. It's like a pause moment. And that's a moment that we can trust because that pause can help us redirect. That pause may be that moment that's telling us we need a new job. That pause may be the moment that tells us that we're stuck in a rut somewhere or that we need more education because online school is available right now. And if you're home, being able to register for online school and go to school while you're sitting home to get a new job, to have growth in your life, that's a positive thing. So back to trusting the moment. Sometimes it's difficult to do that, but if we can stop and take that pause and trust that we know what we're doing, trust the moment, trust that this will be a positive thing and believe that it's going to be a positive thing and believe that there is a plan, that things will change, it's going to make it easier to trust that moment. So being able to step up and believe in it, that comes from inside of you. It's not something that the world can give you. You can't keep looking at potential political candidates and wait for them to change your world. We have to change our own worlds. This is a moment that we have to trust ourselves. We have to trust that what we need and what we're doing is the right thing. That political person or that other person that you're waiting on for a response to get to know that it's the right thing, that has nothing to do with them and more to do with you. And I really hate putting hard words out there, but if you're trusting in other people for your own life, then it's time to turn around and trust this moment, to learn to trust yourself. You know you, and you are the only person who knows you. You are the only person who can stand. You're the only person who can breathe. You're the only person who can have that heartbeat that's inside of you. You're the only person who controls your heart. So if you're standing there and you're waiting for someone else to make you feel that trust in that moment, then it's probably that you're not trusting in yourself. And that's seriously what you need to do. So in order to trust the moments, you have to trust that you know what's best for you. Sometimes I know that we need to step back and we need to not respond to things right away. However, trusting that there's a plan, that there's a future, that's not a specific comment on Facebook. It has nothing to do with that. It has to do with your life and the plan for your life. Trust the moment. I have been applying for a lot of jobs lately, and I do have a job. I'm a teacher, but I'm looking for something to do during other times. I'm looking to supplement my income. I'm looking for other things to do because I teach online, so it's not necessarily taking up all my time. So when I'm applying for jobs, being able to trust the moment and trust that this is a job I'd really like to work. I can't wait for someone else to tell me or to come look for me and say, hey, we want you to work for us. I have to get out there and I have to put in the applications. I have to look at the jobs and look at what I want to do. And I have to look at myself and see what I want in my life and what I want to do with my own life. So trusting the moment of application when I'm applying for jobs is trusting me and knowing that I can do this and that it's something that I need. So trusting the moment comes down to trusting you. It comes down to trusting your own knowledge, your own security about who you are and what you want in your life. And for Christians, that means trusting God and being able to turn to Him and say, I trust your judgment. I feel like you're here. I feel like this is what you're telling me to do. And I'm going to do it. And I'm going to trust you to take care that you're here with me and that this is what you want. And then as a Christian, no matter what, I mean, if you're placing it in God's hands, then it's going to turn out good. Whether it's good as in you didn't get the job, or it's good as in you didn't revive the relationship, or whatever it is, once God has that in His hands, He's going to make it good. So, trusting the plan, trusting in the moment. Hard to do, but it's within you. It's within all of us. We're born with trust. We come out of a uterus, we're handed to people, and we have to trust them to feed us, to bathe us, to make sure that we're clean, to make sure that we're healthy, to hold us, to teach us how to become a human being. We're born to trust. And that's what we need to do with ourselves now that we're grown. We need to learn to trust that in ourselves and become more secure with who we are and what we need. So that is what I pray for you this week, that you learn to find that trust within yourself. You learn to realize that sometimes when things leave, it's a good thing. And sometimes when things pause, it's a good thing. And to trust the plan in your life and to trust that you know what's best for you and that God has every moment. If you just give it to Him, it's always going to turn out good. So trust in that hope in Jesus' name. And as always, believe and make it so.